Learn to reunite with your children and be ready to heal a damaged parent-child relationship in 12 weeks using the Reversing Parental Alienation Roadmap. You have been through so much, but today you've taken the first step to heal your family. So congrats on being here. So many parents in your shoes never take this step. I'm Gentile, and I'm the Parental Alienation Coach and creator of the Reversing Parental Alienation Roadmap. I'm also known as the Erased Child Whisperer. For those of you who haven't heard the term before, parental alienation is when a child rejects you, the loving parent, due to the actions of the other parent or step-parent, called the alienator. This can be a heartbreaking situation, but today I'll show you my step-by-step roadmap to help you break through the barriers of separation and be ready to rekindle your bond with your children in a short period of time.
I was just waiting for some kind of breakthrough, and it happened. And ever since then, it's been little more and more opportunities of, spending time with them. I'm going to their baseball games. I'm going to their football games. I was surprised. I was, felt blessed. I was very happy. It was amazing. I thank God. I thank all the help that I've gotten, and it has continued to get better every week.
Before I started working with Ginger, I would say the relationship with my daughter was about a 1, maybe a 2 out of 10. My relationship now with my child is 7. Our relationship and connection is really, really strong. We're going on lots of vacations because that seems to be a safe point where we can just go and be ourselves and we don't have that pull back to the alienator's house. After working with Ginger, I'm better off financially. I'm in control of my money, and I feel very in control of my emotions and my finances. In the year that I started with Ginger to now, the way I handle my family is different. It's showing my daughter things that she nor I would have even realized. It's going to change your perspective. It's going to change your energy.
Say working with Ginger, absolutely do it. It's going to help you get through probably one of the most difficult times in your lives, but not only that, but will keep those kids from becoming even more estranged. Ginger, I think it could have gotten so much worse without the knowledge that you and others have provided to me. But when I see these boys now, they seem excited to be with me. They smile. I'm actually getting hugs.
So who is this Reversing Alienation Roadmap for? This is for you if you have an ongoing divorce or custody case and you need help creating a legal and emotional strategy so you can get the courts to work for you, not against you. This is also for you if the court case is a distant memory. But it's been years since you've seen your kids. You're blocked on social media. Maybe you found out that your kid got married, but you weren't invited to the wedding. This is also for you if you feel like your kids are manipulated and brainwashed against you and you feel helpless and don't know what to do. This is for you if you're willing to try new things, if you're willing to try new strategies, to step out of being a victim and being defensive and say, what else have I got to lose? Let's try a new method together. Now, here's the truth. You can reunite with your child and even become closer than ever in a short period of time. However, most parents waste a lot of time. They waste time that they could already be spending with their kids simply because they don't reach out to their kids. They don't reach out for help because they're afraid of making the same mistakes. Or when they do reach out, they just make things worse because they keep falling for the traps set up by their ex, by their kids, or both. But the solution is simple. To reunite, you just have to follow and copy the same steps that thousands of other families took in order to reunite and have lasting, healthy relationships. I had the unique opportunity to work with thousands of broken families suffering from alienation and estrangement. I spent years talking and interviewing them. I was able to study how the ones who were able to reunite all followed the same steps. And that's when I thought, why don't we just copy the steps? So here are the 6 steps of the Reversing Parental Alienation Roadmap. Most people assume that the first step is about how to reach out to your child, scripts, templates about what to say. But the first step is actually how to eliminate the trauma response. A trauma response is a reaction triggered by a reminder of past traumatic events, or even ongoing traumatic events. These responses can be physical, emotional, and psychological in nature. They are part of the body and mind self-defense mechanism. I can almost guarantee that you, your kids, and your ex have accumulated some degree of trauma responses as a way to cope with the separation. Some examples of trauma responses are the famous fight or flight. Our body automatically prepares to fight, to meet anger with anger, or just to abandon the situation. Freezing. We become immobile. We don't know what to do. I've seen some parents not be able to text their kids for 5-10 years because of this response. Emotional dysregulation. We can't manage difficult emotions, which may result in extreme or inappropriate emotional outbursts, like suddenly getting very sad over a text message, which is then just used against us. Avoidance and social withdrawal. So many parents I know, they stop going out, they stop dating, they stop participating in things that they love, and they just want to hide from this. Eliminating and reducing trauma responses is crucial for fostering a calm and constructive environment that will be the foundation of reuniting with your kids. It allows you to react rationally rather than emotionally. It helps you understand your ex and your kids better, thus being able to connect with them in a more impactful way. The good news is that there are lots of effective techniques you can try to manage these reactions. When we let go of our trauma response, we feel less helpless and hopeful. We begin to see all the other families reuniting and learning from them, instead of feeling like it will never happen to us. By letting go of trauma, we can finally see better options and not let our emotions rule us. Your kids are being parented by someone who is stuck in a trauma response. They need you to show up as the healthy parent. Step 2 of the Reversing Alienation Roadmap is letting go of the pain. Trust me, I know from my own experience as a kid, from living with an alienated dad and working with tons of parents and kids, that being alienated has been painful and emotionally draining. It's like mourning the death of a child who's still alive. And it's perfectly normal to feel anger, resentment, and guilt. Often parents overlook their own well-being and focus solely on their children. But your unhealed wounds can mix your needs with that of your child's. So in order to heal your child and the relationship, we need first to heal you. Your healing starts with letting go. You need to release all that pent-up negative emotions. You can't expect positive outcome with all that negative energy. Releasing the pain will prepare you to engage positively with your ex, your step-parents, and your children. Most parents overlook this step, but this is so crucial if you want to reunite and have a harmonious relationship moving forward. And it's normal for many parents to get angry at their kids for being rude to them or rejecting them. We can't expect kids to reunite with you if you are angry, or if you are too sad, or if you are stuck in the pain. And if the kids feel like the conflict is still ongoing between you and the alienator, they won't reunite. Kids only reunite when there is peace. The third step is understanding alienation. Now, a lot of parents get confused by this step. They think this is becoming an expert in alienation. No, this is understanding what the root cause is that is driving the alienation so we can get it to decrease or stop. This is about being practical, not about becoming an expert. Now, there's no one method to use because every situation is unique. Maybe your ex is manipulating your child against you driven by anger or revenge or desire to control. Or even more likely, maybe your ex is doing this because this happened to them. Or maybe your child has a traumatic response and would rather just avoid the whole emotional situation. Here are some ways that you can try right now to find out what is driving the alienation. First of all, you can watch my documentary, Erasing Family, online for free. You'll learn a lot and be able to see similar patterns that other parents also went through. It will also help you understand the dynamics that contribute to alienation and can help you identify factors that play in your situation. And the best part about Erasing Family, it follows young adults reuniting. So while it's a powerful emotional film, it has happy endings. Also important to understand alienation is to document observations in a notebook or if you have an app like Our Family Wizard that's been ordered by the court. Keeping a detailed record of interactions, behaviors, and incidents may help you understand what's going on, what the triggers are, and this documentation can be helpful for professionals or courts at a later date. Once you've identified the root cause, you can then be able to make changes that can break the cycle of alienation. Statistics show that your alienator was also likely to have been an alienated child. Looking at them through the lens of a hurt person hurting other people will allow you to respond with compassion and also understanding why they don't respond to logic or threats. They have to respond this way. They have to traumatize others to keep the cycle going. And the worst part, your child is learning to be alienated or become an alienator when they grow up. Let this motivate you to stop this dynamic that may have been going on for generations. Step 4 is to learn new communication skills. How you learn to communicate is a craft that you can hone and improve over time. Learning to communicate assertively but respectfully with your ex can go a long way in stopping the cycle of alienation. Learning ways to express love and understanding to your children through active listening and validation, and by becoming curious, not challenging what they say, is crucial in changing their perception of you. Now, in the roadmap, there are many techniques and scripts to learn. And so many parents tell me they don't think this will work in their situation. But when they try it and they're consistent, they find out that it does work because these techniques are specific for high conflict individuals. The important takeaway is to be brief, clear, and empathetic while enforcing boundaries. This will allow you to regain your power back as a co-parent. Now, your alienator is most likely a high conflict individual, someone who enjoys and is energized by conflict. So don't give them this dopamine hit by showing anger or sadness or begging to see your kids. They've been hurt before and maybe even suffering from a mental illness. This might be bad news, but the good news is that their behavior is predictable. They don't respond to reason or even self-interest at times because they are repeating traumatized patterns of behavior. Instead, we communicate in a way that makes them feel respected while our boundaries are also respected. Again, everyone says this method won't work with their crazy ex, but with the right coach and consistency and accountability, these templates and scripts calm down hostility while not giving in. They have been proven to work on crazy exes and crazy step-parents. They can also help in teaching you how to get the judges, teachers, and therapists on your side. We'll also learn new ways to communicate with your kids. We keep communication light. We talk to them about funny memes, videos, maybe even play video games. We don't force them to talk about emotions, and we show up with unconditional love. We know our kids have been raised by an unhealthy parent, so we show up as the healthy parent they need. Anything they say to us, or don't say to us, is just their way of showing love because they don't know any better. So we thank them for sharing and we listen. We get curious, we validate their emotions. We don't try to convince them that they're wrong or tell them the truth. This only makes them want to fight with us even more. Step 5 is to become a magnet that attracts your kids back. Creating a beautiful life for yourself, creating a stable and fulfilling life not only benefits you, but also creates a positive, inviting environment for the children. This changes the power dynamic in your favor. You can become a magnet and attract your kids back to you. Now, when you think about a magnet, remember, a magnet can also attract back. A magnet can also repel. Children will not reunite with a sad, depressed, or angry parent. They will gravitate towards a strong, self-assured parent. Remember, for kids, love isn't just an emotion. Love is being provided for and being protected. Kids will always, in a case of alienation, be attracted back to the stronger, more powerful, or often wealthier parent. Children always gravitate, are always attracted towards the stronger parent, the stronger parent. Step 6 is having a strategy and a plan that fits your family's situation and involves accountability. This way you avoid the most common mistakes that alienated parents make. How prepared are you to rebuild the relationship? If your kid knocked on your door today, would you know what to say? If they actually responded to your text? If they were angry at you, would you know how to diffuse the anger? Do you have a strategy for reaching out? Most parents either reach out too often and show desperation and get accused of stalking, which drives the kids away, or they don't reach out at all and the kid feels abandoned. There's a right way to reach out depending on your kid's age and situation. And of course, the best way is to get them to reach out to you. If you're blocked, don't worry. There are ways to use social media, blogs, and third parties to reunite. The most important thing is consistency and accountability. You focus on your actions, not on the reactions of your kids. You might send a text and get no response, and a lot of parents will say, that didn't work and I'm not going to try again. We don't know if that one text made your kid question their entire situation, start therapy, talk to people. We have to focus on our actions, not how our kids respond. And remember, they might respond with anger or ignoring you because that's what they've been taught. Finding ways to show up, to reach out in secret, to reach out through other people, but in a way that attracts them back and not make your kid feel sad is super important. We need a long-term plan that hopefully will take very little time to work. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And the parents who approach it as a marathon often actually have the quickest results. To summarize, here are the 6 steps in the Reversing Alienation Roadmap to reunite with your kids as soon as possible. You have to 1. Eliminate the trauma response. 2. Let go of the pain. 3. Understand the alienation, not to become an expert, but to get it to stop or to minimize it. 4. Learn new communication skills. 5. Become a magnet that attracts them back, that doesn't repel them. 6. Have a clear strategy and plan to avoid the most common mistakes. Now, there are a few ways to do this. Here are your 3 options. Option 1. You continue on without help and you do this yourself through trial and error. It's not impossible, but this is tough. And time is not on your side. The longer the separation, the alienation, the more likely it is to turn into estrangement, and the harder it is to reconnect. You'll waste a lot of time, heartache, and not to mention money using the trial and error method. You're missing out on priceless moments that you could be enjoying with your kids. How many more events do you want to miss out on? And the worst part is you're probably going to make things worse and make mistakes that you could have easily avoided. I know so many parents who spend hundreds of thousands of dollars going back to court over and over again, and the orders aren't followed. Or they get an order and the kids show up and refuse to talk to them. Wouldn't it be better if you had a plan that avoided these mistakes? Option 2, you can work with me one-on-one. Just go to our website and book an audit session with me, where I will give you a diagnosis of your situation and the next steps to move forward. If I know you can help you and you like my proposal, we can then start to work together one-on-one on a regular basis, I as a coach and consultant. Working with me one-on-one means that I will craft a personalized strategy for your unique situation. I will personally guide you how to respond to the alienator, the lawyers, psychologists, the schools, and of course, your kids. I'll also make sure that you don't repeat the most common mistakes, but this is personalized strategy for people who need quick results. I can coach you if you're in a court case, if you're done with your court case, but there's still a lot of alienation and back and forth with your ex going on, or if it's been a while since you've talked to your kids. Option 3. Now, this is the most bang for your buck you can enjoy in the Reversing Alienation Roadmap with group coaching. The Reversing Alienation Roadmap is a 12-week program that consists of self-paced video lessons and meditations that will equip you with all the information and tools you need in order to reunite and spend time with your kids as soon as possible. These lessons will allow you to achieve the 6 steps you need to reunite. They include templates and scripts for how to respond to difficult conversations. You'll get access to tools that you can use to heal past traumas and show up healed and ready for your kids. The roadmap shows you how to copy what worked for families that have healed trauma and reunited. But the roadmap is more than self-paced lessons that give you templates and tools. It includes weekly live coaching calls led by me and other special guests, including alienated kids who have reunited already. We'll also have other visits from parents who have reunited to give you hope, encouragement, and tips, and some special surprises. You'll also be able to ask questions about how to apply the roadmap to your specific situation. Now, this isn't a support group, but a change group. We'll share knowledge, experiences, and accountability. You can form meaningful connections, receive feedback, gain different perspectives, and also celebrate wins together. You'll be inspired to take action and heal your family. You will have hope and be able to have a clear path forward to reuniting with your kids. You'll discover how to deal with your ex, what is really driving the alienation, how to stop it once and for all. You can finally stop feeling like a failed parent. You'll finally stop worrying about making mistakes or having to walk on eggshells. You will feel empowered, confident, being able to be that motivated, loving parent because you will have all the tools, support, and information you need in order to reunite with your kids. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to read hundreds of books, be on hundreds of Facebook groups, go to seminars. You simply have to follow the proven steps that other families took in order for them to reunite. If you're ready to work together and join the program, go to our website, reversingparentalalienation.com. You can see video testimonials from parents that I've worked with who are now enjoying a healthy relationship with their children. You can also join the roadmap and get instant access to the video lessons and join us in our next group coaching call with me and other kid coaches. So, what are you waiting for? You need your kids, and your kids need you.